Hey fam, welcome back to the channel. If you struggle with tight hips, just like me, this video is for you. So go ahead, start in an easy cross-legged seat, closing down through the eyes, and just take a few moments here to breathe. So take an inhale through the nose, and exhale a sigh out of the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale a sigh out of the mouth. One more inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Beginning to blink the eyes open. Take the hands off behind you and allow your feet or your heels to rest on the earth just a little bit wider than hip width apart. From here, all I want you to do is oscillate through the legs. So moving from left to right, trying to keep the legs in a 90-degree angle when they land and trying to land both knees on the earth. Of course, you can turn the chest over, really roll the hips over if you need that. But if you can, just trying to keep your chest square and just allow the hips to move. Just getting all the synovial fluid warm, moving, warming through the joints, through the muscles, through the ligaments. Getting prepared for the deeper stretches. Good from here. Swivel all the way around to the right and we'll really find that 90-degree angle in that front right leg and in that back left leg. From here, frame that front right leg with your fingertips. Take an inhale, find length. Then as you exhale, slowly lower down and we'll oscillate. So inhale to rise and exhale, lower. Now the hands can stay on the ground, or if you have a little bit more strength through the hips, maybe you interlace them behind the back. Rise, 3 more, slowly lower. Rise up. Lower down. Rise up. Lower down. And last one, simply rise and lower. When you get there, release the hands to the mat and trying to work your way into the stretch a little more. So deepening the breath here, feeling the rib cage expanding, feeling that right hip softening, and just noticing the stretch in that right hip. Just allowing time for gravity to pull you into the stretch. And if you're super tight and this is feeling very uncomfortable, that's all good. You know, this stuff, flexibility, mobility, it takes time, it takes repetition to get into. So if you are really struggling with tight hips, I recommend doing this video 2 or 3 times a week. Beautiful, taking your time, rise. Place the hands off behind you once more, keeping that right leg grounded, keeping that left foot grounded. Slowly begin to open the left knee up, right knee stays grounded, squeeze the left glute, lower down. So now we're working to mobility, strengthening the outside of the hip. Open up, lower down. 3 more. Open up, lower down. That rain is heavy. Open up, lower down. 1 more. Opening up, holding at the top, keeping that right knee grounded, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Good. Swiveling all the way over to the left side. Picking up that back right hand, square the chest over the left leg. We'll find those oscillations, lowering down, lengthening through the spine, raising up, lowering down, raising up. We have 3 more. If you want to interlace the hands behind the back, do so. Lower, raise, lower, raise. Last one, lower down, raise up, and we'll find that depth. So lower down, work into your stretch. Maybe your forearms are on the earth, maybe you're walking the hands all the way out. That is completely up to you. Just a couple of breaths here. Find a little bit more softness through the body, noticing if you're clenching the jaw, squeezing the hands. Beautiful. Coming up. The hands come off behind you. That left knee stays down, opening that right leg up to the sky, lowering it down. 4 more. Open up. Lower. Open. Close. 3. 4. Last one, we'll hold at the top. So open up. Really try and drive that right knee wider. Feel that right glute engaging for 3, 2. On 1. Beautiful. We'll work onto our hands and knees. And from here, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, pressing into a downward facing dog, and stepping the right foot up outside of the right hand, the left knee softening down, finding a lizard lunge. With an inhale, lengthen the heart forward. And as you exhale, slowly begin to swivel or rock the hips from side to side. Yeah? So really trying to work those hips forward and down, and these side to side movements begins to carve out a little more space in the hips. A few more deep breaths here. Moving, grooving. Good. And from here, begin to walk the hands all the way around to the left, coming up onto the feet, paralleling your feet to the edges of the mat. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, folding over the straightening legs. And begin to rock your way from side to side, bending into one knee and then the other. Going to work a little bit more length through the inside seams of the legs, through the adductors. Now, if you want to move into Skandasana, or if that side to side motion is for you, be there. But if you can work into Skandasana or a Cossack squat, start to move into it, maybe using the hands to crawl, to flow. Really bringing a lot of awareness and attention into the hips. Moving back and forward. Good. And the next time you come to the front of the mat, we'll place our palms and step back to downward facing dog. And we're going to step that left foot up and outside the left hand, lowering the right knee down. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward. Then as you exhale, move from side to side. Just working into the spaces that feel a little sticky, that feel a little tender, and breathing into those spaces. Beautiful. Coming to stillness, walk your hands around to the right side of the mat. I'll come to the left so my bum isn't in your face. And from here, paralleling those feet, finding a halfway lift, and then either rocking from side to side, keeping one leg straight, one knee bent, or working into your Skandasana flow. And maybe you begin to notice that the hips might feel a little bit more open here, a little bit more spacious. Flowing from one side to the other. Breathing. Beautiful. We will come into a yogi squat. So feet a little wider than hip width apart. Sink the hips down. Hands come to your heart center. Shoulders are drawing back and down. Lengthening your heart space forward. And just taking a few moments to breathe here. And my friends, this is where I'm going to leave you. You know, if this pose is an issue, or if the hips are feeling super tight, come back to this video, return to this video. The more time you put in, the more patience you have with yourself, the easier these movements are going to become. And if we move better for longer. Yeah, so carrying this through our lives, making it easier to traverse through our day and our lives. So I thank you greatly for taking the time and sharing your practice with me. Always remember, today is going to be a good day. Namaste.